between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Right to the air is Rodgers. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
A gain of 3, second down.
This defense for the Packers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get him done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your line and say, oh, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Three for the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the stairs. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching like, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best. make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her, you got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick me up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands up, yeah, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be caught like a temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavily, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, and it's cold. I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, and it's cold.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we eat it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. Watson on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Cleveland. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, they had the great field position to start that opening drive. They only get 3 out of it, but still they get 3, so maybe kind of a win for the offense, Charles, and kind of a win for the defense as well.
Yeah, I would say win-win seems to sum the whole thing up, because where that ball was placed to start, that's tough on a defense, and it held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And the slot man goes in motion left. Rodgers now on first down. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Fields this way up at the 17. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, open man right side is Cup, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
The Packers at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. Slot man moves right. Rodgers now on first down.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
The slot man in motion right.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From way up at the 23.
And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. Pushes past him. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Third and 2, Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have regained the lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got him this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with third and just a couple.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They go up the middle with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Rodgers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So just 8 kicks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. The final shot before the break. Watson looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds Watson complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start, when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Guaranteed they've been talking a lot about, can we find something that'll go our way? And that tip ball, that definitely just did.
Well, and with this margin manageable, yeah, that gives them a little juice maybe on the tip.
Yeah, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. That could help them get right back in it.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They go with Chubb on second down. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Now Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Throwing is Rodgers. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
He'll buy some time right. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that tied down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Watson on third down. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. And the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
York able to send this one through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now it's Rodgers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Chubb will get the call, running left. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell, nice play to get in there and drop him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised him and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
In motion right is Thomas. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And Chubb will try the middle here.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Handoff comes to Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That good for 19 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They'll run with Chubb. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Watson. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter.
The York on now for the extra point.
And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 for 2 tonight. This will be for the win. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. Well, Charles, coaches always talk after losses about putting that behind you and moving on. But in a case like this, when you could have won it with a chip shot field goal and you miss it, that is going to sting for a little while, isn't it?
Some are tougher to put behind you than others, right? We always talk about compartmentalizing. What is the rule, Coach? So it's about 24-hour rule after a game.
Let it go.
Move on. That's tough because that was a very makeable field goal. In fact, I think you and I were both just shocked that he didn't knock it through the post, and they end up walking off the field losers.
So for Cleveland, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like Odie Beckham. Hard to knock the devil when built like Tiana Teller. And balling at 27, I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend.